Hello everyone! Today's yoga video is going to be a tutorial on Chaturanga Dandasana. So focusing on having proper posture throughout each asana as we go through Chaturanga. Really teaching us how to hold our core and our back and to go through the poses with that correct yoga posture. And this will also help you maintain good posture throughout your daily life. So let's go! Now let's start here with our mountain pose, Tadasana. We are going to be standing tall and straight, lifting our shoulders up, back, and down. With those shoulders down, we start with our toes. Our toes are aligned underneath our hip bones. Our hips are going straight down into the floor and our shoulders are aligned with our hips. Feeling every body part perfectly stacked. And our head is looking straight. Our neck is not tilted too high up or down. Our eyes are focused forward. Now if we come to the side, standing in mountain pose, focus on your back. Your back should not be arched. Your back should not be tucked under. You should really be able to feel your abdominals active here, holding your pelvic floor very straight. So your pelvic floor connects your hip bones with your pelvic bone. And this triangle should not be tilted under or over. It should be very flat. Now we're going to practice this mountain pose, stepping to the backs of our mat. Feel your feet under your hips. Open your hands and take a big inhale up to the sky. Exhale, bring those hands into prayer. Close your eyes and feel this mountain pose. Your head stacked onto your shoulders stacked over your hips stacked over your feet, and all your toes spread wide and grounded into the floor. If you feel good, open your palms outward down by your sides and just feel this mountain pose. Inhale, let's try a flow here. Bring your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bending the knees. Let's bend over into our forward fold. Our next asana, Uttanasana. Forward fold, we focus on bending from the hips, not pulling our lower backs. Keeping a gentle bend in the knees so that you're not overstretching your hamstrings if they are not warmed up. You can bring your hands grabbing your elbows and just allow the gravity to pull your upper body over your legs. Now let's place our hands onto the floor, feeling this forward fold a bit deeper, and then inhale, bring yourself into a halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Your back should be flat and straight, not arched. Feeling your abdominals, bring that belly button into your spine and activate that core. Your knees should be stretched. Exhale, release back into that forward fold. And walking our hands forward to the mat, come into our plank position, our Phalakasana. Now your hands are directly under your shoulders with a slight bend in the fingertips so that you're supporting your wrists. Your head is looking down towards the mat, and your back is not arched or tucked. You keep the same position of your pelvic floor. Now bringing your knees down onto the ground and bending your arms slowly towards the mat. We're going to come into a baby cobra, Ardha Bhujangasana. Feeling your shoulders down, a 90-degree angle bend in your arms. And lifting your chest up to the sky, feeling your neck long. Don't crunch in the head. Feel this beautiful length in your spine. Now tuck in those toes, bring your hands right by your side, and push yourself up into your downward facing dog, our Adho, Mukha, Svanasana. Now downward dog, you have your feet under your hips, and your head is looking towards your belly button. Keeping a slight bend in the knees, your hips are being pushed back as if you are sitting your chest onto your thighs. It's not about how straight your legs are in this position. It's about feeling the elongation of that spine. To work on the stretching of the hamstrings, you can bend one leg and bend the other, walk out your dog. But really feel the distance between your leg and your arm. By grabbing your opposite hand with your opposite leg, you can feel the perfect distance of your feet and hands in your downward dog. It should feel very comfortable grabbing your opposite foot, and that's your perfect distance. This is a great position to just explore. Feel the stretch in your shoulder blades. And now taking 2 big steps with your feet towards your hands, back into our forward fold. Let's continue this flow. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, release back into your forward fold. Bend those knees, slowly roll up to standing. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring those hands into prayer. Push those hands together, shoulders down. And breathe. Release your hands, open your palms, feel this mountain pose. Feel your belly active, your tailbone down. And now let's go into our next asana, into our tabletop position. Continue to straighten your back, feeling your pelvic floor flat, and come into our Bharmanasana. Your knees under your hips, your shoulders right above your hands, in all fours. Inhale, look up to the sky in your cow. Don't sink into your shoulders or sink in your belly. Just feeling your core active, you lift your head and your chest to the sky. And then going into our cat, push away with the hands, curve the spine, and make a huge arch with your back. Alternating, inhale, look up, cow. Exhale, curve the spine, cat. Exploring this, warming up the back, and really feeling all the mobility in your spine without sinking, controlling this movement, and keeping your belly button into your spine. Now let's tuck in those toes. Lift our knees 1 inch off the ground. Feel your belly active. And sit back with your chest onto your legs. And slowly stretch those knees into downward facing dog. To check your distance, you can always grab your opposite leg with your opposite hand. If you feel good, just stretch out those calves, stretch out those hamstrings, and bring your eyesight into your belly button. Bring your knees back onto the mat. Sit back into child's pose, Balasana. And just feel your entire spine and back melt over your thighs. Your forehead pressed into the mat and your arms stretched long before you. Slowly roll your spine up to seated, and let's stretch out those wrists. Bring your fingertips towards you and just put some gentle pressure into your wrists, taking gentle circles to release some of the tension. Circle your wrists in front of you, shake them out, and let's come seated. Inhale, raise those arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring those hands to your heart. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me, and keep up the great practice. Namaste.